good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another one bites the dust edition of the Addicted to Social Media podcast.
Well, at least Adele's bit the dust.
No, well, unfortunately, Neil bit the dust because he's not with us today. It's just
Yeah.
me and Seth, but
Yeah.
we've got
How's it going?
another. It's going well here. Unfortunately, Neil
Had a business
uh,
meeting to make, so he's a
is
business meeting.
off actually making money.
Alcohol
But
van.
we've got some exciting things in the podcast today. And again, we are broadcasting from a hangout in Google Plus.
As you can see, Google
So,
Plus, Hangout, yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah, definitely.
some of the things we're going to be talking about today include Google, obviously, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about how I think we should start off with how social media really affects the stock market. I mean, it really does seem like the stock market has been affected by this hearsay, people talking, it's always been that way. But now social media, it seems like it's even more, so.
I don't disagree with you, Seth, and I think that what happens is there's a lot of speculation, and obviously the stock market, much of it is based on speculation and confidence, and when people start thinking that things are going to get better, somehow things do get better, but when they think things might get worse, panic strikes. So
Yeah.
this I can't help but think to some extent that this roller coaster, this massive up and down movement, 500-point swings, which is unheard of
It's insane.
previously, that it has to be impacted some way by social media. Do you think so?
It has to. It has to. I mean, especially when people are complaining about the economy and the whole idea of information has really changed so much since the 50s, even in the 90s. I mean, even at the beginning of this decade, of this millennium, a lot of social media wasn't really around, so it really didn't affect it. But now this is sort of like the town squares. Twitter's a town square. Google Plus is really a town square.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook so much, and so is LinkedIn. I mean, they're all places where you can actually hi doggy. Which one is that? Is that the deaf one?
Yeah, because even if I yell at her, she's not going to hear me.
I'll let her bark. Can you shut the door?
I can't.
Oh, she shut up for a second. That's fine. All right. So anyhow, that's when in the past episode you heard her going.
That's the other dog.
Oh, that's the other dog.
That's
one
another
goes yip yip, and the other one goes. And in the pre-show, Jody showed off her cute little Zuli cat.
Zuli.
Zuli, very pretty cat. But so I think that with social media, the dissemination of information really is dispersed faster because of social media. So
it is, and it becomes
ways.
kind of a steamroller or snowball effect. So, as things start generating steam, and then there's more people talking about it, and then there's more reaction, and it's so much faster. I mean, when you think about how things are happening now, as quickly as a tweet can get out there.
Yeah,
What is
it's
that?
insane.
Fractions of a second. So
I know, it's really insane.
Exactly. Well, I think it definitely, since we've never seen this roller coaster type momentum in the past, you have to think that there has to be some reason that it happens, and I think a lot of it is due to what's going on with social media. But again, I'd like to know what our listeners think. So if you have a theory or
Hypothesis, yeah.
Yes, hypothesis, not hypocrisy.
No, hypothesis is more than one. Hypothesis is more than
hypocrisy.
one.
Oh, I thought you said hypocrisy.
Well, that too.
Too. So, yeah, give us a call. So, how do they reach us?
They reach us by calling country code 1-478-A2SM-118, which is also known as country code 1-478-227-6118, or you can email us at editors@a2sm.com. More on how to get in touch with us later in the show.
And speaking of as the Dow bites the dust.
Yes. Google Plus now has its own song, which I will now play for everybody. You won't be able to hear this, but I will play it in the recording so people can hear the sound.
Okay.
So we'll hit that right now. Hopefully we won't get a advertisement, but if we do, I apologize. And we do get an advertisement, so apparently we're getting an advertisement for a band. Not a band, oh, I'm gonna pause for this. Something for about to apparently we just gave a plug to a tequila thing, but here's the video. So Joe, just picture a pretty girl checking out Google Plus.
Why?
And this, because I'm playing it right now for them. So this just came out 2 days ago on Google Plus,
I think that's
and
really boring.
it's really, I think it's kind of neat.
It's
So,
really boring.
Jody, have you seen this video?
Oh, I don't know. People were talking about it a couple days ago. I
Yeah,
didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
No, because why? Who cares?
Oh, it's very clever.
There's too many clever things.
Well, I we'll
Not
see
enough
more at
time.
the end of the show. So,
All right.
and
So,
see, the girl can sing very much too, which is kind of nice. So that's really neat to see.
so while you're doing that, should I go shut my dog up?
No, you can. We're back on to you, Jody. So let's move on to the next story of the day. Apparently, Google has, and I'll get better at these transitions with inserting video into the podcast eventually. It was a little ghetto fabulous, but I apologize. We gave a tequila company a free advertisement. Whoops. I apologize.
I like
Anyhow,
tequila.
Yeah, oh, I'm
They can
sure
always
you
make
do.
it right with us.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Anyhow, apparently Google is getting rid of a lot of their lab products, and one of them to go is Google Dictionary. You're still going to be able to search for dictionary terms in Google, but they're not going to have their own dictionary. Google's not shutting down Gmail Labs, so you don't have to really worry about that. But they are indeed getting rid of the Google Labs, like where they would test this 20% projects that Google employees were doing. So there
Yeah,
wasn't.
but
What?
But even though they're getting rid of the Google Labs, there's something new that
What's
they're bringing
new?
on.
Enlighten us, Jody.
The games.
Yeah, Google Plus Games.
Well,
Are
though
here.
I'm not really excited about it personally. I
Yeah,
know
but-
a lot of people like them.
But here's the thing with them: is they're rolling them out slowly, so you'll eventually see them up there. And there's a lot of speculation on how it's going to be implemented. So by the time this podcast comes out, we'll probably know a little bit more. So we'll talk about it next week. But
It'll come out tomorrow.
yeah, not tomorrow. Yeah, they come out
podcast.
tomorrow. The podcast.
No, the podcast comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's, we're recording this the day before. We actually recorded this the day before this on Wednesday, but we had some malfunctions.
Technical
with
difficulties.
technical difficulties, so that's the reason why Neil isn't here. He did actually go through and give his opinion on all these topics we're talking about now.
Yes, he
but
gave us many opinions.
many opinions, but anyhow, we're redoing it, so it happens. It says the world turns, or as the Dow bites the dust. But so anyhow, Google Games are here. There's a lot of speculation that they're going to be put in their own feed, so they're not going to be intrusive on your own.
I hope so.
On the
I hope
mainstream.
it's going to be its own feed. I think that
But-
would be much of an improvement over what's going on with
Facebook.
Facebook.
But you can't hide the Facebook games.
Well, and speaking of Facebook, Seth, I don't know, this is a little off topic perhaps, but did you have any problems with Facebook today? Because mine
Facebook was a little wonky for me,
extremely
wonky.
wonky for me.
Yeah, apparently Anonymous might be taking up on their vow to destroy Facebook on November 5th a little bit early. So we'll have to get more into that in the Facebook section. But moving on, I know people hate the moving on, but it's
Yes.
a good word.
2 words.
2 words moving on. That is right. You're correct. There's an article we have in our show notes. Is Google Plus putting Facebook on the defensive? Jody, what do you think? Do you think Google Plus is really something that Facebook should be worried about?
I think that it has changed the tone of social media, and absolutely it's something that Facebook needs to be concerned with, because I think that what's happened is the people who are truly the geeks and the tech people, they've moved. I mean, I think that to some extent, some of them still have some presence on Facebook, but I think that a lot of them have moved to Google Plus. I think Facebook will continue. I don't think it's going to be as all-inclusive as it had been. I think that there'll be some people who, just by virtue of the fact that they have so much stuff in there already, they're just going to stay there. It's just easier.
I completely agree.
So,
I think there's a lot has a lot to do with it. I think Google really for once has gotten it right. I mean, they got it right in Brazil and India, but even India went to Facebook a little bit. But I mean, Google was really gotten Google Plus correct. I mean, there's a lot of things that the Google Plus needs to work on, but they're also taking a very proactive approach with their user base, especially since it's a 20 million person, 25 million person beta test, but still they are pretty much open the floodgates. You can get it. I've posted it on my Facebook feed.
do you still think it's do you still think it's a beta? Because it seems to me, I know that everybody I've talked to has the opportunity to invite 150 people now.
And actually, I have invited more than 150. I put the link up. I haven't lost one invite yet, so I'm kind of interested about what's going on with that. But
one of my friends did tell me that his count went down.
Actually, Ben Parr of Mashable, he went to -5.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
go figure.
That's a negative
But my
comment.
thing is, I think Facebook it will always be around. I won't. Maybe it won't always be around. But I don't think it's gonna go by the way of MySpace because it wasn't bought out by a
Poor Tom
company.
Anderson.
But honestly, it wasn't bought out by when it started going south. It was bought out by News Corp. They didn't get it. And I
Mm-hmm.
was talking to Lynette Young, which we'll talk about her site, Women of Google Plus, a little bit later in the show. But her husband, Dave Young, worked for News Corp. He was like the second below Rupert Murdoch in their corporation on the IT side. And he told them not to get MySpace. It wasn't going to make sense. But they're like, hey, we get a user base, we get an audience. And they kind of really botched that. And they sold it. They bought it for like $500 million or something like that, or more than that even. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they sold it for $35 million. So they took a big hit on that. And I really think that I don't think Facebook's going to go the way of MySpace. I think there's plenty of people that just won't get Google Plus, like that girl on the video did. But I think a big portion of people are going to start migrating to Google Plus because that's where the friends are going to be. And even if it's 20 million tech lovers, who cares? I love it that way. So.
Well, right now, I think it's the more tech type people, and the affiliate marketers are jumping on there like hot potatoes. You notice that?
Yeah, it's getting a little insane. But it's neat to see that the people are taking to it. One thing
what I don't like though, Steph. I have to say the rush for followers. There are those people who think that having a gazillion followers is going to make a difference. And what I've discovered, I think you had put a post up earlier too today. What I've discovered is by keeping it a little bit more elite in terms of who I'm following, I can actually make heads or tails, and I'm really enjoying the stream.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying. I'm getting a lot out of it. I'm interacting with people, and it's good stuff.
Yeah, but that's actually one issue that I'm having is that I generally is that Suki?
That's Penny.
Penny.
Let me.
I'll talk while you go fix the dog.
All right, thanks. I'll be right back.
My whole thing with Google Plus is that with the stream we're having an issue with let me mute her mic here real fast. We muted me, not her. Sorry. We are seeing that there's if you accept too many people into the stream. Jody, I muted you real fast. You have to unmute yourself. So I don't think she heard me. Jody, you have to unmute yourself. And so anyhow, as you can see, this is still an imperfect thing here. You turned off your video, Jody. You have to unmute yourself. There you go. Good. We're getting through this. Anyhow.
Yeah.
As I was saying, as I was trying to say, if I was screwing things up over on this side, it was that I have the tendency, anyone who I meet on Google Plus, I put them in that either the plusers category or that hangout people category. But I started accepting a lot of people in, and I'm finding that the stream is not as valuable as my circles are. But what I've decided, I've asked Google to do, and they're being very receptive to everyone's wishes, and they're trying to get to everything, is a way to set the stream up so I can choose what I want in my mainstream. What circles I want in my mainstream.
Mute people, because I know in Facebook...
You can mute threads, not people.
Yeah, but, in Facebook, there were certain people that you didn't want to disconnect from them, but they were obnoxious. So didn't want to listen to them.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure there's more features. Keep in mind, this is a beta feature. It's still in beta. It's still being worked on. There's a reason why it's open. The floodgates have been open somewhat, but you still need to know somebody to get in. It's still somewhat controlled. I mean, because there are some issues. I mean, there's still a name issue. No, but there's still a name issue that they have to deal with and all that. But here's something that's really neat is that coders have been using Google Plus a lot lately. And the Hangouts, and there's now a new Google Plus extension. Since Google Plus doesn't have any real, extensions of their own, people have been building extensions for it, including search engines. Because my hypothesis on that is that Google's going to throw that in at the last minute before they go completely live with it, because they know they can do search. They're concentrating on everything else but search. It's a little annoying to us that we can't search Google Plus, but it's going to come. But there's a new Google Plus extension that adds real-time coding collaboration to Hangouts. So coders can work on code together through the Google Hangouts.
I've seen that, and in fact, when I was in the Google chat, they were talking about it.
Yeah, that's really neat.
I was in a chat with the Googlers. Let me put it that way. It was a Google chat
cool.
with Googlers.
Yeah,
So,
a Google of Google Plus, or
Googleites.
The Googleites, the Google, the Noogles.
I know, right?
Exactly.
So Facebook.
Facebook.
Other than Facebook crashing a lot. How much do you think that might be related to the anonymous threat?
I don't know, because this is a subset of anonymous, not the full. The whole overall anonymous group has said that we're not going after Facebook, but a small group of anonymous people, which whatever, said that
Are they anonymous if they're coming forward and saying that they're going to be doing
but they're not
something?
saying. But they're not saying. There's a video linked to the video message by anonymous. It's all in
Yeah,
like the computer speak.
they are
Yeah,
legion.
we are a legion to be reckoned with. But I respect you, anonymous. Don't hack me, please don't hack me. But they said that on November 5th they're going to destroy Facebook. And we'll see if it happens, but most likely it won't. But we'll see what happens. But here's something that's interesting: is that while hackers are trying to bring down Facebook, Facebook is hiring hackers and paying hackers when they find errors in and flaws in their system. So that's
As
going
well
to
they
keep
should.
going. And they
I think
should.
that's a. I think it's a great idea. And sometimes you discover something purely just by using it or
Hmm.
trying a feature that perhaps they didn't think of, but it just seems intuitive that it should happen a certain
Exactly.
way, and then when it doesn't, that's a flaw. So I think that's interesting. I also think it's interesting that the Facebook Messenger app has gone to the top of all the free apps for
Yeah.
the iPhone and the Android.
Yeah, I downloaded it. I haven't actually opened it up yet. What it is essentially, I think it's Google, it's Facebook getting a little scared and making a huddle type thing where you can message each
I
other.
don't get huddles. I don't
I
get
try.
them.
I sent you a huddle, Jody. By the way, you
You
and me a
know,
huddle.
I found your huddle. I think it was around I don't know 11:30 last night, and I was crawling into bed, and I went to look at my phone one last time, and of course I look at Google Plus, and there was your huddle, and I'm thinking, there's no
Why are
way
you right
Seth is
back?
up now. Where did you go? How do I find out that I'm being huddled? What is
I don't
that?
know. You're supposed to get a I don't know. You're supposed to get an update. I don't know what's going on with huddles.
I don't know.
I huddle with you and Neil apparently.
We huddle?
We huddle apparently.
I don't know. I don't remember huddling, but if you say I did, maybe I huddled and forgot.
Yeah.
It happens.
It could be the blonde hair. Who knows?
People forget they huddle all the time.
Exactly.
I know.
But also here's something else. A new study says that most Facebook users are insecure.
Maybe
Now,
they're insecure because they're not huddling.
maybe, or maybe it's just that they're not really protecting their identities online. And this is actually a good place for me to pimp my new course I'm doing, a one-day course in Doylestown, Pennsylvania on the 17th, where it's all about social media privacy. So you can check out the link in the show notes. And if you're in the
If you're in
Philadelphia area,
Doylestown, that is
or if the Philadelphia area, come on up.
awesome
it's
topic.
$20. It is a good topic. I'll show people. It's gonna be a workshop. I'm gonna show people how to secure their social media profiles, how to understand Google Plus a little bit. If you don't have a Google Plus account, I will set one up for you, and we'll get going with that as well. So it's an hour and a half class from 6 to 7:30 up at the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney campus up in Doylestown in the
Very cool.
offices.
Very
So
cool.
check that
Awesome.
out. Yeah.
Awesome. And I would highly recommend it.
If you're in the
Especially because
Philadelphia area.
security is a huge issue and something that we all need to pay more attention to. So
Yeah, and actually, Facebook has added 2 new security features to its mobile platform.
maybe that's why it keeps crashing.
Possibly. I mean, do you know anything about these?
Are you talking about the
The 2 new security features.
what are the features? No, I don't.
Okay, I don't remember putting this in. Maybe Neil did.
That
He's not
Neil.
here.
Yeah, he sneaks something in and then
Apparently,
he takes
Facebook.
off.
So Facebook announced 2 new safety features for its mobile platforms today. Mobile platforms intended on making interacting with the platform easier and more secure. Facebook is bringing its social reporting feature to the mobile browsers as well as the mobile password reset. As 250 million users interact with Facebook through mobile devices, look for more features that started on the web to make their way to the smartphones and
That
tablets.
sounds like an advertisement. But you know what? What's interesting?
Mhm.
They made this trending topic feature among your friends.
It's kind of
And
creepy.
it's I don't know if it's creepy, but I saw it in action today, and honestly, okay. So what was the trending topic? What do you think? Take a guess.
Facebook's not working. What the heck?
Well, that was probably one of them, but the big trending topic was Google Plus.
Well,
So,
Zuckerberg is also the #1 person being followed on Google Plus. So go figure. You know what I mean?
well, Zuckerberg, interestingly enough, and I'm going to jump into this one. There was an article that's been making the rounds over the last day or so. Apparently, an app does one of the security things where it says you should try this, and it sounds like it's coming from you, but actually the app auto does this on your
Ooh,
wall.
that's
So it
messy.
happened to the Zuck, and guess what? He didn't like it, and the app is called Chill. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so he wasn't chilling about Chill. So
Hilarious.
I know the article's in the show notes. It's actually kind of funny.
Awesome. And also, But here's something that's really creepy. Facebook wants your unborn child.
Ooh, that is creepy.
What's
What are
essentially
they doing, my unborn? Are
it's
they going to name my unborn child Facebook? Is that
exactly that's already happened. But essentially, what Facebook's doing is, when you set up, who's your sister, who's your brother, who's your husband, who's your kids on Facebook. There's another spot for, I'm pregnant. Here's the person, the name of my kid who's on the way. So in the Jewish religion, we don't believe in any kind of. This is kind of what we call Kinder Hara, jinx. We don't really do anything ahead of time.
Zuckerberg should know better.
Yeah, exactly. But
he should know better.
I know, he's a Jew. He should know better. But
that's crazy.
But I guess some people are like future thinking like that. But
why do you think Facebook wants your unborn child?
Because the thing about this, in 18 years from now, the kid will already have a presence on Facebook.
In 18 years, Facebook won't have a presence, so it's irrelevant.
I don't know. It might be. I mean, Neil yesterday in the pre-show, the dress rehearsal of this show, Neil said that he thinks Facebook will be around in some form or another. I think who knows? We don't know. So, but
nah, I think it'll go the way of MySpace.
Yeah, but here's something also. Facebook use may lead to psychological disorders in teens.
What type of psychological disorders?
Antisocial disorders and making it. I mean, they're afraid that kids are spending more and more time on Facebook. They're not really getting social cues, and they're afraid that it's gonna cause more harm than good. That kids should go out and play and not be on Facebook.
It's too late. The children are already harmed.
Exactly. But however, using Twitter in school increases students' grades and other surprising revelations. So. There's a Rotolo, Professor Rotolo up in Syracuse is doing a Rotolo class, #Rotolo class, and it's a social media marketing class that anyone can join in via the hashtag, which is Rotolo class on Twitter. But he uses Twitter to interact with the students in the class, and they can buzz in through Twitter and answer the question. It's a neat concept to use Twitter because it's short form. So.
Yeah. Well, Twitter I think has really changed. A lot of the way that we get information, and it's interesting. I was going back and forth with Chris Brogan a little bit, and about like how different social medias are probably going to evolve, and what's going to shake out to be what. And it seems like the consensus is that Twitter is a great way to feed information.
Yeah, well, how do you think that affects the stock market, though?
It does. I think it's a way that feeds information, such as what's going on with the stock market. When there's a natural disaster, an event, the information gets out there very, very quickly. When Michael Jackson died, things like that. Oh my God,
it's all over that.
Okay, so it's a really good way of getting information out quickly, and I think it's even faster than any of the other channels. Facebook, I think, is more relationship, family. I think it's the business was starting to pick up, but honestly, I think the businesses are going to move over to Google Plus. And I think
really we haven't seen that yet, though.
I think it's going to happen, and I think it's a natural extension of the fact that Google is a search engine primarily, and I think it's going to be somewhere between the plus ones and what you have now. I don't know why they would have to create a business page. I think that's
yes.
You know what I mean? That's almost like duplicative of having a website.
Yeah, but you also don't want your business necessarily. You want to give them more. You might want to give business owners more analytics. You might want to give business owners more avenues.
Google Analytics.
Yeah, but you might want to add that into the fray for Google owners, for Google Plus business owners. And, so they're going to create a whole set of tools for that as well. So, it's amazing how social media in general.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting.
Social media in general affects the stock market, I think.
Well, what do you think, though, about Twitter? You have an article posted in here about how Twitter's taking extra measures to protect confidential documents.
It's confidential documents, yeah, because in the past... It's
confidential? You can't tell me?
No, exactly what they're saying is that Google Plus actually... Not Google Plus, sorry, Twitter... We're plussing. But Twitter in the past has lost some documents that were not really well encrypted, and actually the passwords were in a plain text file that wasn't one bit hashed or encrypted at all, so... now they're taking
like usernames and passwords, that kind of information,
just for their internal accounts. But hackers got in there and took a lot of private data. So they're doing a good job at supposedly protecting their confidential documents. So that's good to see. Good job, Twitter. Thumbs up.
Thumbs
Plus
up.
One.
Another thumbs
Plus
up
one.
to LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is
Rock
it's
on,
share
LinkedIn.
exactly. Its share button. Its share button is now on more than 100,000 sites. Now that might not sound like a whole lot to people because, that's not like even Facebook. The one plus one button's everywhere now. But
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn is predominantly a business site, so you're not going to have it on all sites.
And so, in other news,
You have nothing to say on that, Jode?
in other news,
In other
no,
news,
I do. I
okay.
think I
And
like LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn's great. I use a lot of the features. I love the ability to have the blogs auto post if you're in a group. I like being able to connect with the other members of the group.
yeah.
I like the idea of being an active, ongoing Rolodex that connects me with, and I'm dating myself by using the word Rolodex, but by connecting with people and they're updating their information, that's really helpful.
Yeah.
I love LinkedIn, and I think they've done a good job in adding features, and I think they've stuck true to their mission of being a business communication and connecting platform. They
I
haven't
totally
tried to
agree.
do the social thing, which is cool.
Exactly. And
I
they're
don't
doing the
want
social
social
thing a little
social.
bit. They're doing the social a little bit,
Nah,
but
not
in a
that
different
much. It's
way.
still
Exactly.
business.
It's still business. It's business
Yeah.
social. But
So
anyhow, speaking
I think
about
they did a good
businesses,
job.
speaking of businesses, apparently 64% of small businesses don't consider social media an important avenue of ad sales and stuff of their budgets.
I think part of that stuff could be because when you think about social media, I once had a potential client I was talking to, and what he was trying to do was he was asking me, how many conversions are you going to get? If I pay you X amount, how many
Exactly. Yeah.
conversions are you going to get me? It doesn't work that way. It's
It's,
not a
it,
direct correlation. It's not like if you hit 10,000 people, you're going to have a conversion of X percent.
it's
It,
return
it's
on engagement.
it's engaging, exactly, and so many people just don't get it, and they
I
think of
completely
it as a
agree. Yeah.
broadcast media, and I think that's what the primary disconnect is.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, some of them. I mean, Twitter has a big broadcast area to it. You can't broadcast through it, but it's also you do want to interact through it as well. I mean, I was doing some SCORE work today with SCORE, which is the Small Business Administration's arm that helps counsel small business owners, and I'm a counselor for them. I was talking to some people today, and I said, look, you want to be on Twitter and you want to broadcast your events and stuff and whatnot, but you also want to be on and put in some not fully personal stuff, but saying like, my son just hit a home run today. I'm so proud of him. Or saying, wow, it's a really
My
hot day.
son just scored.
Yeah, oh, come on, Jody.
What? You just said that.
Hit a home run. Didn't say scored.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay. Anyhow, a Skillshare, which is the platform that I'm launching my class with, just closed a round of funding at a healthy valuation, meaning that they're not releasing how much they got, but it's a platform where and marketplace where people of any sort of people can run any kind of class through this platform and have the resources to go about billing for the class and whatnot. Like my class is $20. I can fit 25 people in the conference room, and it's a neat thing. And actually, if you're all in the Philadelphia area on next Tuesday, they are having a launch party. It's a New York-based startup, and they're having a launch party in Philadelphia for launching the Philadelphia branch of Skillshare. I will put the information in the show notes to register for the event. It's from 7 to whenever down at the Field House on Filbert Street in Philadelphia. So you might want to check that out if you're in the area. Coming, there's going to be 5 rapid classes, quick classes on different things. The first drink is free, and there's going to be free food. So if you can make it out, come check it out. And if you can, come out to my what's it called? My class. Can't speak
Your class.
My class, yeah, on the 17th. So the 16th is the Skillshare launch party, and on the 17th is my class. So Jody, tell me something of interest that you like to share with everybody?
Yeah, I'm adding another pick of the week, actually.
Oh, very good. Fun photo box. So anyhow, I want to talk briefly about Neil's pick because he had a pick, and it's an unfortunate domain name. It's called Who Retweeted Me, but if you don't look at it the wrong way, it looks like horrortweetedme.com. Horrortweetedme.com. Essentially, it's put out by Zarella. Dan Zarella is his name.
Dan Zarella.
Yeah, and it's pretty much
from
HubSpot, and it's a way for people to see who retweeted a message. So you copy the message in there, and it analyzes it. So it's a neat little thing. Unfortunate name, kind of shocked that Dan came up with horrortweetedme.com.
Well, it's because it's like WHO for who, and then retweeted me. So
Yeah.
it looks like WHORE
Wow, you can
tweeted me.
spell.
But what's that?
You can spell whore. Wow. No.
Well, I'm just clarifying.
Just like, all right. Anyhow, let's move on to my pick of the week, and let's get off of that sort of subject there. My pick is Scoop It. Scoop.it, which is Italian suffix. Scoop It. And essentially what it is you can create, thank you, Jay, for the singing. You can create your topic-centric media. So it's a way of really curate content from different sources into a one-spot shop, so you can constantly see updates from certain feeds. It's sort of like a Flipboard meets more curation by the user. So it's a neat thing. Scoop It. Check it out. It just went live. I've had it for a while because I actually met the developer of it at the 140 conference in New York. But it is a very interesting concept. Whether it'll go anywhere or not, I'm not sure. But maybe we'll have him on the show and do a small interview with him as well. So Jody, what is, besides being a woman of Google Plus, what is Women of Google Plus?
Well, Lynette Young has created a website to connect women who are obviously on Google Plus, and it's interesting because there's a directory component to it. There's some forums. There's community. I've already started to connect with some people, surprisingly.
Oh, so you're using it?
Yeah, I started to, and I'm curious to see how it evolves. I think Lynette's done a great job with putting it together. It's clean and it's a nice interface, and I would recommend for women who are on Google Plus to go ahead and check it out.
Are you going to contribute to it? Are you going to be featured on it?
I have to add some information, I believe, to do that. Yes.
Very cool. We'll have to link to that in the next show.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then the other pick of the week. This was fun. Believe it or not, I'm on Google Plus, and
wow, really?
Yeah, one of the women that I was talking with said something kind about something I posted. So of course I had to go back and look and see what she posted so I could say something kind. And there was this totally cool picture. It was like a billboard of her face with somebody walking in front of it.
Oh wow!
And somebody put that up there for her, and she was so surprised and flattered. She goes, "Oh my God, this like made my day."
Is that Stacey Shelton?
No.
Oh, Stacey Shelton has a picture like that. Yeah.
Okay, well that's what this is from. If you go into the application, it's called Fun Photo Box, and if you go into it, basically you can do it a couple of different ways. But there's different backgrounds. They add new backgrounds every day, and it takes your picture and it puts it either on TV or on a billboard.
Oh, that's cool.
There are some of them that are some of them are stationary. So just kind of fun ways that you can take your picture or somebody else's picture and surprise your friends and your family and make it look like you're somebody important.
Oh, so this is really, I've been trying to figure this out. This is how a bunch of the tech luminaries like Leah Laporte have done this.
Go figure!
Go figure! I'm going to do that and put it on Google+. So,
say yay, Joe, thanks!
Yay, Joe, thanks! And yeah, once again, I have an announcement. We're on to the announcement section. Social media privacy class is being held in Doylestown at the Doylestown branch of Morgan Stanley Smith Barney on August 17th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. You can get your tickets at gmwd.us/K5. The link is in the show notes. It's a one-day class that will be taught by your very own yours truly. So.
And for those of you in the South Jersey area, just thought I'd share. I'm going to be speaking for the White Horse Chamber. It's a free event. It's on the 18th, and it's in the evening at the Warwick Tavern.
Wow, okay.
And the topic is obviously going to be social media. It's from 5:30 to 7:30. Actually, it's not free. I take that back. Members is $16. General business is $20. But it's a good networking event. White Horse Pike Chamber of Commerce and the Gloucester Township Chamber.
Very cool. And are you a member of those chambers?
Am I?
Yeah.
Yes, I am actually.
Oh, you're a member of a lot of chambers.
I am.
That's good.
Isn't that something? Yeah, so I think it's going to be a nice event. So we can put some of the information in the show notes, with directions. It's the Warwick Tavern, which should be very nice. It's 400 South Warwick Road in Somerdale. But again, it's not competing at all with what Seth's doing. It's a very light topic, and then mostly for networking.
Yeah, and sorry for people who are not in the Philadelphia area or not even in the U.S. We just thought we'd share these events since we have them. So, Anyhow,
Exactly.
we want to hear from you guys. Please give us a call, share your knowledge, tell us what you think about the stock market and social media. Call us at country code 1-478-A2SM-118. That's 478-A2SM-118. Also known as country code 1-478-227-6118. 478-227-6118. You can email us at editors@a2sm.com. You can tweet us at A2SM, at Seth Goldstein, at Neil Wiseman, at Sunswept. We are on YouTube, which is, you can go youtube.com/A2SM official. And you can follow us on Foursquare now. We have a Foursquare page. Woo, yay! Thank you for the enthusiasm, Jody. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was time for me. The little card came up and said,
Applause
now.
Applause now. And you can find us on Foursquare by going to either the short URL that I made, a2sm.org/Foursquare, or you can go to foursquare.com/A2SM as well. Jody, where can we find you, including your Google Plus short URL?
I would love to connect with you. You figuratively.
Use.
Use guys.
You guys.
That's a Philadelphia thing.
Yeah, use.
So please look for us on Google Plus. You can find us all at a2sm.org/ and Jody, Jody for me, Seth, Seth for Seth, and Neil, Neal for Neil. So we're hoping that you'll connect with us, and we'll make a circle just for you.
Exactly.
And maybe we can hang out sometime.
Exactly. We're trying to do that soon with everybody.
Exactly. And of course you can find me at my website, which is webmarcom.net, or at my blog, webmarcom.net/blog. You can find me hanging out at the A2SM Palace, A2SM.com. You can listen to us on iTunes.
And on Blip TV.
And now on Blip TV, you can actually watch us.
Or on the website, A2SM.com. It gets embedded there as well. Yeah. And so Neil can be found at NEALWISER on Twitter. We already said Jody can be found at Sunswept on Twitter. And he can be found at neilweiser.com, and as well as other places online. And of course, a2sm.org/Neil for his Google Plus account. You can find me, Seth. Hi. You can find me at Seth Goldstein on Twitter, as I said before. You can find me at a2sm.org/Seth. You can also find it. You can go to the same spot by going to SethGoldstein.me. That takes you to the same spot. It was set up back when it was a Google profile instead. And you can find me at SethGoldstein.net. I just posted up my more recent ideas of Google Plus on SethGoldstein.net. And you can find me at my corporate site, which is GoldsteinMedia.com. And I do have Goldstein Media.
And if you wrote them all down, there will be a test.
And actually, I do have, Jody, GoldsteinMedia.com/blog.
Cool.
Exactly. So, Jody, want to take us out?
Sure. Thanks for listening to another fun-filled As the Dow Bites the Dust edition of the Addicted to Social Media podcast. We appreciate your listening and look forward to catching up with you again next week. In the meantime, please reach out to us and tell us what you think.
Yep. And Neil will be on the next show, definitely.
And Neil should be back next week. And we again thank you for listening. I'm Jody Raines.
I'm Seth Goldstein. That's Jody Raines. Sorry, I'm messing to switching here. Jody Raines, Seth.
I'm Jody. That was
no,
Seth.
This is Jody. This is Seth. Don't get, she's the better looking one of the two of us. And we'll catch you next time, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.